And welcome to Profile Pod TV. I'm your host, Double A, back for another spectacular episode of the pod. Thank you so much for being here wherever you're tuning in from. If you're on Roku or any of the visual platforms, YouTube, Social Nostra, IGTV, thank you so much for being here, as well as the audio platforms, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, any of them. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. We're here on location, as you can see, with a very special guest. Before we get to our special guest, don't forget to subscribe on Profile Pod TV YouTube channel there. Click on the purple logo there on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You will have subscribed to an excellent podcast. Follow me on Instagram. Leave me a rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Tell me all the good stuff. Tell me how much you hate me, you love me, all that good stuff. So
all of the above.
Right, exactly. I know you guys miss my hair, so tell me about that. No, I love getting all the feedback. I love the constructive criticism from everyone. And once again, thank you for all the likes, follows, comments, shares, all that good stuff, man. I appreciate all the support. It means a lot. And if without support like that, there is no podcast, there is no platform. So you need an audience, right? So thank you very much. And big shout out to Social Nostra. Go check out Social Nostra on Roku. We are on there. And check out the Instagram, all that good stuff. Follow, like, share. You guys know the deal. So let's get to brass tacks, as they say. We are here, as you can see, in a beautiful facility right here in Northridge, California, with my friend, none other than Claudia Chaverra. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time. Owner-operator of CBD Northridge. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
I am fantastic. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming here to the store and for having us in your show. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. No, the pleasure's all mine, Claudia. We were talking. It's been a long time coming. We scheduled this, a few months back, and here we are. Right? It's always funny how, things you when you schedule something, you put it on the calendar, and you feel, oh my gosh, it's so like months away. It's time away.
Right. Just plenty of time.
Right. Time goes, and then here we are.
Yes.
And how's your day today? How did everything go today for you?
Day was fantastic. Yes, got to help a lot of people with CBD, a lot of free samples, and we're recently actually launching our new product line. So that was kind of like the big event today.
That's exciting. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Yeah, don't doubt. I know you've been promoting that on Instagram, you have a really cool story. I mean, you're originally from Colombia, born in Colombia, mm-hmm. and then you moved to New Jersey when you were, I think, 9 years old. And you ended up here on the West Coast. Your husband was in the Navy. Mm-hmm. Go Navy! I was in the Navy too. So
Seabees.
Shipmate, my shipmate. How you? Seabees, right? He was a Seabee construction battalion, and I was on the Nimitz. And so yeah, you ended up over here on the base in Wainimi, California, mm-hmm. and so that's kind of how you got started. What you were in Patterson, New Jersey. Yeah. Correct?
Yeah.
Going back to...
That's where I was, Patterson, New Jersey.
Right. And I don't even know where to begin, Claudia, because you're from Columbia to New Jersey to CBD,
Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about what you do here, first of all. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but give us a little intro of what, your business and how you kind of got into the business.
Sure, of course. Now I got nervous.
You're a pro. Come on, you're a pro.
The way that I actually got introduced to CBD is, I developed PTSD after surviving the mass shooting of the Route 91 in Las Vegas. And so I was doing antidepressants, anti-anxiety pills, kind of like daily. And it was really frustrating because a lot of these different medications, unfortunately, didn't work out for me personally. They either made me too tired, too sick, or too numb, like an eggshell of a person that I wasn't able to really function. And as a mother and a wife, and as a human being altogether, I just needed to find something. And that something came from my dear friend Lauren, who was with me that night of the concert, who at the same time got the CBD from Rachel Quinn, who is the founder of Your CBD Store. So it's kind of like that word of mouth, like, hey, oh my gosh, this is awesome. You got to try this. And just keep passing it along, basically. And when she offered it to me, I remember I was just very hesitant. Because we grew up in a culture where it's like just say no and drugs are bad
Yeah.
and I didn't understand the difference and and even to this day we know that there's a huge stigma around cannabis and hemp and all that good stuff altogether.
Yeah.
But I got educated. I took a leap of faith, and I am so glad that I did because it changed my life. Actually, it gave me my life back. So it was a huge thing for me and my family. And around the same time, I was given the opportunity to open my own affiliate store because it's kind of like how the company got started. Rachel opened the first Your CBD store in Bradenton.
Bradenton?
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I couldn't say that. Bradenton, Florida, back in March of 2018. And then through word of mouth, friends and family kind of created a little buzz and they started opening affiliate stores. And I was given the opportunity to do it. And around the same time is when the borderline shooting happened in Thousand Oaks. So, there was nothing to think about. I knew what I wanted to do and what I needed to do, which is help people. So in one way or another, I found my life's purpose, which is to help people. Now through CBD, the way it helped me.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, that's incredible how that transpired. Going back to your friend, your two friends, the friend you went to the concert with, how did she know the founder of CBD? How do they know? How's that connection?
I think it really just comes down to previous connections and previous line of work, big networking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how they knew each other.
Was she from Florida too, your friend?
No, she's here in California.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, we were part of a company that was just kind of nationwide back then. Also, ironically, in direct sales, and so that's kind of how everyone knew each other. But
You don't want to say that company, right? Do you want to mention that company?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, we don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it doesn't matter. But I just know that it was a huge. What's the word I'm looking for?
It was nationwide. It was.
No, but I mean, on a personal level, it just a lot of the things that I learned and everything has been able to kind of help me in this new venture as a business owner now.
Well, it was in sales, right? Like,
yeah, direct sales.
definitely. Oh, so that was a huge. I imagine a huge
door to
training
doors.
ground for you.
It was
Door to
It
door.
was great. It was
Pounding
it's
the
what
pavement.
you call the toughest sales training out there.
Absolutely, you can't get more. Yeah, you can't get better training than that in sales, right? I did door to door. I used to sell water filters back when I first got out of college in 2002. I know that's not easy. That is not easy, and you were successful at that, right? You became one of the top producers, and
I
right?
did it for quite a number of years, and I'm very grateful for that because like we say, we make plans and we really don't know where we're gonna land, but somehow along the way you realize that all of the things that you went through and all of the things that you learned has prepared you for the next thing that comes along the way. So although the Las Vegas was a tragedy and it definitely was something that was painful and everything that comes with it, but I am very grateful that it also gave me the opportunity to be able to turn a tragedy into a triumph, and now I'm helping people, and that's really what it's all about. So it's just turning it into the best case scenario, and it's not just about me, it's about other people and who I can help along the process.
of course, no, yeah, you have a great heart, and something like this is totally. I mean, obviously everything happens for a reason, right? And it's totally in line with you, with your personality, your demeanor, your character. Good for you, Claudia. Good for you. Going back to CBD. I'm sorry, CBD Northridge, the company. So it's basically they franchise stores out, correct?
Well, it became such a huge thing. Stores were opening. Lauren is actually Lauren Lurch. She is actually the first one to open the first Your CBD store here in the state of California. So
Which is where?
In Thousand Oaks.
Oh,
So yeah, we actually have almost 600 stores nationwide. We are the first nationwide retail CBD store in the country, soon to be worldwide because we also have 4 in the UK. So yeah, we're taking this thing by storm, and I just love to be part of this company that is all about customers, transparency, quality, results.
Wow. In just 4 short years, not even 4 years. You said March of 2018, right?
Right.
Almost 4 years, yeah.
Right.
And they started with one location.
Yep.
And then wow,
It just blew up.
that's fast.
And I think that that's a testament to not just the leadership, but also the vision, and also everything that they put in place to ensure that we do have top quality CBD products, and that it's going to actually help people.
No doubt. No doubt. No, that's great. That's great. No, there's a lot of confusion, right? And you probably get it every day. You know, what's the difference between what's CBD? Is that THC? You know, that whole dichotomy, right?
Right.
What is? Can you clarify that for everybody? The difference between THC and CBD?
Sure. Well, there is the marijuana plant where everyone knows and everyone feels that it has a large quantity of THC, so it's a psychoactive component. It has very little CBD component to it.
I love it.
The hemp plant, on the other hand, which I like to call the cousin sister plant, has a lot of CBD and very little THC. So you're basically getting a lot of the medicinal value of the plant without the high, which is what I feel a lot of people want to do because, they got to live their life.
Yeah.
They got to do stuff day to day. But CBD specifically is a cannabinoid found in the industrial hemp plant, and our bodies are familiar with it because our body produces cannabinoids naturally. We just sometimes either too much or not enough. There's like a deficiency. So when we take CBD, we're promoting our own body to kind of self-regulate that cannabinoid production naturally, therefore putting our own, what we call an endocannabinoid system, in homeostasis, so in balance. This system is amazing because it's in charge of all of our physiological processes, and we have receptors throughout our entire body. So it's a whole plant, whole body.
I love that. Wow, you're getting scientific on us, Claudia. Wow, yeah, and we have. Did you mention that we have cannabinoid? We're born with the cannabinoid receptors, right, in our bodies.
Right.
I heard something about where, babies when they ingest the breast milk, the breast milk has
a specific cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's why you see kind of when babies are breastfeeding, they almost look like they're
in a coma.
They're high or they look high. Let's call it what it is, right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying that. Well, is there any correlation there to the cannabinoids?
Yes, exactly. That is one of the two that we produce, and this is the other one that's known as the runner's high. So yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit? What is that? I've never heard of that one.
So that one, you put me on the spot. That one. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Oh, okay. No worries.
So our body naturally produces the cannabinoid. So that one, known as the runner's high, is one that you get for kind of like the endurance. But there's a little bit more to it than that. I just know that our body has like CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors, and they're located predominantly in the immune system, nervous system, in the brain, and all of our majorly bodily organs.
Gotcha. Wow, that's so interesting. And so so CBD, THC, it basically, it's from the same plant, correct?
Well, there's two different plants. There's the marijuana plant, and then there's the hemp. All of our products are derived from hemp.
Gotcha. Okay, I see. And yeah, that's interesting how, there's these two different plants, and you have CBD, you have THC, and again, there's also so much confusion about it. Some people just maybe don't understand. And do you find that there's becoming more clarity in there in that particular, with these two things, with THC and CBD, especially here in California with the legalization and all that? People are becoming more knowledgeable in general. Are you finding that at all, or is still kind of people are still in the dark a little bit?
You know what? It's a 50-50. There's a lot of people that come in and say, my friend recommended, but I really don't know what it is. or I've heard, or I read this article, or I Googled it, but I'm not sure what it is. And that's kind of one of the things that, we here at your CBD store pride ourselves that we're not just selling CBD, we're also educating in the process to help remove that stigma. Our products, we do carry two types. We have a broad spectrum that has ND-THC, so that means non-detected, so it's no THC, or a full spectrum that has less than zero point 0.3 of the THC, so it's still non-psychoactive.
I see.
So,
I see. So basically, if somebody doesn't want that effect of the
psychoactive?
the euphoria and the high, stick with CBD, right? And then you get all the benefits of the physiological benefits of it, whether you're
anti-inflammatory,
exactly
antioxidant, yeah.
Gosh, it's so healthy for you, right? I mean, as opposed to taking a pill for pain, Tylenol or whatever, would CBD is kind of a better alternative, a healthier alternative to doing that, right? If you have a headache or, again, muscle soreness or tension, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a holistic approach,
Okay.
plant-based approach, so to speak. Not to
Exactly.
take anything away from Western medicine, but ultimately, 9 out of 10 illnesses begin in some form of inflammation in the body. So if you're able to target the inflammation, then you're looking good.
I see. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, and you talked about how you got into CBD or into this business and how you were inspired. How long have you been open now with your business?
We opened in April of 2019, so a little over 2.5 years now.
Coming up on
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's
even through a pandemic?
what's that?
Even through a pandemic.
Right. And how was that? I mean, obviously we're here inside. Was it pretty challenging for you during the pandemic to get people in, and then you had the whole mask thing? And talk about how you kind of navigated through that process and through that time period.
Yeah, we actually made a decision back in March of 2019 to shut down the store for about 3 months. As a mom, I had a child who was trying to finish 4th grade, so now all of a sudden everything was through Zoom. So I became the educator, the mom.
as we all were, right?
Right. And I mean, we really thought that, like everyone else, that it was going to be a 3-week kind of thing, 2 to 3 weeks, and then everything kind of went back to normal. Nobody anticipated, almost 20 months.
Yeah.
But, it really created an opportunity for us to think outside the box. And, just like, okay, how are we going to be able to still be here for the community when they need us the most, especially for people that this is what they do. This is what they take for their quality of life. So we switched the model to free delivery within the San Fernando Valley, as well as free shipping nationwide. And that really made a difference because people were able to call and they would get me directly and we would take care of them that very same day. And we would, of course, follow all of the protocols and everything that, we had to do in order to keep our customers safe, but also our staff safe. Then eventually, once we open for a very short period of time during the day. And we, of course, we had table by the front door, so not everyone was able to come into the store. And we were just kind of learning as we go.
Yeah.
But most importantly, keeping all the protocols and the cleaning and everyone's safe, pretty much.
That's impressive. Yeah. Gosh, everyone had to just adjust on the fly kind of thing, right?
Pretty much.
Survival mode kicked in, and like you said, thinking outside the box, being creative, just using your imagination to make things work. And what you mentioned it was free shit. You had free shipping going, and
which we still do, by the way.
Oh, you still do?
We still do. I mean, we understand that there's still people that are either not comfortable or not able to leave their home. We got you. That's what we're here for. We are here for the community. We're in the CBD business, but I feel like we're more in the people business because that's what we're here for, the community.
Yeah, ultimately.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, no doubt.
So we're going to go above and beyond to ensure that they have what they need to make sure that they're taken care of.
Awesome. And I see you out in the community a lot, because you attend pop-ups, many pop-ups, as a vendor and stuff like that. That's one way you promote your business. Right. Do you have a website as well? What are some other ways that you promote CBD Northridge?
Yeah, of course. So we have our Instagram account, which is at CBD Store Northridge. We have a Facebook account, which is Your CBD Store Northridge CA. Our website is northridgeca.cbdrx4, the number 4, the letter U.com. And that's pretty much what we do. We personally believe, because there is a little bit of that stigma, that we want to be in front of our customers. We want to give them that education, but most importantly, free samples, because the proof's in the pudding. When they get to actually try the topical, try some water soluble or a gummy, then they can try it for themselves and see if it's something that works for them. If they like the taste, the consistency, how they feel, that's really where it's at. So that's why I do a lot of these different pop-ups, because it's a way for me to be able to be out in the community, and not only meeting new people, but also supporting our local community as far as business and vendors as well, because I always say, #Together We Rise.
I love that. Yeah, this girl, ladies and gentlemen, this girl is a hustler. I see her all over town and she's doing her thing. Yeah. No, of course. What's some of the coolest compliments that you've received regarding your products, Claudia? Can you tell us maybe a few, something that that really stands out?
Sticks with me?
Yeah, that you were just like, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
There's quite a few, but for example, we just this Sunday we were at the North Valley Regional October Festival, and there was a customer that came by, a little hesitant. We kind of talked a little bit about what CBD is, what it isn't, and all that good stuff. She tried the topical, and she 15 minutes later made a whole little loop back around and said, oh my God, it worked. Like, look at me, I can move my neck. And she just said, wow, how much is it? I'll take it.
I'm sold.
I want it. So, there's a lot of those different stories like that. Or I'll never forget this one particular gentleman that came in, and he could barely walk. He was kind of hunchback a little bit, and he had a lot of discomfort in his back. And we put some topical, we talked a little bit about the products and whatnot, and little by little, his face, his demeanor, just all of a sudden you could see he's a little bit more relaxed, and he started straightening up, and he had tears in his eyes, just saying, oh my God, like, I haven't been able to feel this way in such a long time.
Wow.
And that's where it's at for me.
That's great.
You know?
And what did he take? Was it a topical you said that he took?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a topical.
A cream or something?
It's a cream, yeah. Yeah. And we did a water soluble too.
I'm getting hip with the lingo here, Claudia. Well, topical and
a water soluble.
Water soluble.
You add to any liquid. You dissolve in any liquid. It's a fast-acting formula, so it goes potentially in 5 to 7 minutes. It's fast-acting for calming, soothing, like back to center type of feeling. But our oils are more for like long-lasting. We have topicals that you can apply directly to wherever you're having discomfort. We have gummies throughout the day. We have vapes. We have products for pets. I mean, our pets are no different than us. They also have an endocannabinoid system, so they also benefit. We have a full skincare line. I mean, we are constantly coming out with great stuff. And as I mentioned, we were promoting our new product called Trim, which is actually a clinically proven product, CBD by SunMed, to help with weight loss. So it is taking the world by storm right now. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, and that you said that comes out Thursday?
It'll be here Thursday, yes. And people have pre-ordered it, and there's a list going on. So make sure you give us a call to get your batch.
That's right. We'll get your address out, a little later. But
yeah,
what you're an entrepreneur, and what are some things that you would advise an aspiring entrepreneur on? Somebody comes to you, Claudia, I want to start my own business. What should I do? How would you advise that person? Claudia, what would you say?
It's a really good question. I feel that what I would say is don't give up. Put your blinders on, no matter what anybody says. You have passion, you have a vision, you know what you want to do. Go do it. Put together a plan and then work the plan. Like plan your work and then work the plan. And just know that if it's not going to be an overnight thing, it's definitely something you got to, right?
No
Here
doubt.
we are. But always try something. If something didn't work out, don't give up. Try something new. Have a mentor, have a business coach, have a life coach. People that, if you find the person that's doing it, that you say, you know what, I want to be just like them in the sense of what they're doing, then go pick their brain, take them out to dinner, figure out what they're doing, and go do it.
That's great. That's great. I'm guilty of not doing some of those things. As a podcaster, I need to kind of do a little bit more of that. I always talk about professional development, keeping yourself sharp, and honing your craft. But yeah, no, that's great advice. It's not going to happen overnight. You get, like, I love what you said, put the blinders on and just take it one day at a time. Work at your business one day at a time. A friend of mine said, if one door closes, push 5 more open.
Yeah.
Or
there's a window.
Keep pushing. Yeah.
There are windows.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And you got to have that mentality, right? You got to have that whatever it takes mentality. And when you're truly passionate and truly driven about something that you're doing, I mean, and we talked about it, right? It's not like work, right? It's not, you'll never work a day in your life when you're doing what you love.
Exactly.
Going back to CBD Northridge. So what are some plans for the company that you can maybe let us in on? Maybe for 2022 and beyond. I know that it's growing rapidly. Obviously, how many locations are there now? Did you say?
About 600.
Gosh, and that's
nationwide.
Nationwide. So does every state have one now, or it's still kind of,
for the most part?
For the most part,
yes. Several stores within the state.
And is it predominantly, more common in certain areas of the country? Are there more locations, for example, on the East Coast or the West Coast, or is it kind of scattered?
It's scattered.
Throughout?
It's scattered, yeah. I mean, we're talking, there's some in New York, there's some in Pennsylvania, we have some in South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, Arizona, California. I mean, it's growing.
That's awesome. In California, how many locations are there? Do you know?
Oof, not the top of my head, but I can tell you that it's probably anywhere between 15 to 20, if I'm guesstimating.
Okay.
Yeah, but it changes rapidly because there are people that are starting to kind of understand what we're doing and want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, now your CBD store, it's turning into a full-blown franchise. So it's kind of great because it's kind of what we call a turnkey. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, so to speak. And so you are given all of this opportunity to be able to be successful because that's, if we're successful, they're successful, and most importantly, customers are happy, and that's what it's all about.
Definitely. I imagine there's a great support system within the organization, for the franchisees and stuff.
Absolutely. That's what I mean by the leadership.
Yeah.
And also that they've definitely put things in place. For example, our in-home pH chemist, Dr. Anthony Ferrari, who does a lot of who does all of the formulations for the
Any relation to the car?
Products.
To the automobile? No? Just curious.
I'm sure that's not the first or last time he'll hear that.
Just curious. You never know. Just putting it out there,
Yeah. But on a personal level, I do plan to expand. I do plan to open a couple more stores. So
locally or whereabouts?
Locally, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you have a timetable for that, or at this point?
I would say probably in the next 3 to 6 months.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
that's coming up.
We're working on stuff. Yeah.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's right around the corner. That's like the new year.
Yeah. Hey, New Year's.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, she's a hustler, man. There's no doubt about that. And so your plate. I imagine you got a full plate right now, and getting this your business going, and I mean it's already going, but expanding and all that good stuff. Wow, that's great. So 3 to 6 months, And so you came from Columbia. How old were you when you moved to New Jersey? You were 9, right?
I was 9.
And I kind of want to shift gears a little bit. What's the greatest disparity or difference between the East Coast and West Coast, New Jersey and California? What was something that stood out for you when you first? And we kind of talked about it, but tell us, what were some of those things that stood out right away? Like, oh my gosh, the culture shock.
You mean the difference
between
from Manhattan being my backyard to Oxnard, Agricultureville being my backyard? Yeah, no,
I can imagine.
It took me a full year to adjust to California. I didn't understand it. And needless to say, really, after moving, within 2 months, my husband got deployed for 8 months. So I was here by myself with no family, no friends, no job, no school, no nothing. And so I was just trying to navigate this thing called California.
And you had never been out here?
Very different.
You had never been out here prior to that, right?
I think I visited once, some relatives when I was younger, but no. It was completely different, especially when you're on your own. And I had just, gotten married. I got here in December. I had gotten married in October. So I went from my mom's house to an apartment by myself.
Wow.
In a whole different state. It was just a culture shock, to say the least.
I can't even imagine. I've been in, it's interesting how that works.
Yeah.
When I was when I was in the Navy and I reported to my duty station, oh man, talk about like a culture shock and a half. Being from growing up here in Southern California, and then going to Washington, the state of Washington. All respect to the state of Washington, it was just so. It was. The contrast was unbelievable, Lots of rain. It's gloomy 9 months out of the year. Just making that adjustment, acclimating to the new surroundings.
Right.
And it's just like, it's almost surreal, right? Like you're like, what the hell what happened? How did I get here?
I will say this though. I appreciated no longer having to dig my car out of the snow. But I really miss Santa in regular clothes, not in his little swim gear, because that's what here in California people do. They just dress up Santa in his little with his little surfboard.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was, December and Christmas was different, but I love California, and now when I go back and visit Jersey, I love Jersey. Jersey will always be home. I have my friends there. I have people I've known since 5th grade. But California is home now.
Wow.
This is where we've planted our roots. And even after my husband got out of the Navy, we could have, we had choices. And it was like, oh no, California is our home.
Definitely. You can't beat the weather, right?
God, no. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like spring all year long. Well, although it's changing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not what it used to be 10 years ago. The things we say now.
I know. I know, right? Yeah, it's in New York. Going back to New York, man. I've been in New York. I was there I went one time, and I haven't been back since December of 2010. And oh gosh, it was so beautiful. You have the ice skating rink. You have the tree. Rockefeller Center. Yes. Thank you. And I loved it because I didn't have to drive anywhere,
Yeah, the subway.
Yeah. I was all over the place all day, traveling via train. I was loving it. Just walking, getting my exercise, getting my steps in.
Yeah.
And
the food. Did you try the pizza? Please tell me you tried the pizza.
I tried. I went to Grimaldi's in Brooklyn. I don't know if you're familiar.
Brooklyn. Did you get a Brooklyn style?
Yes.
Where things are massive.
Oh gosh. Everything was just amazing down there, and I had a great time. I haven't been back since. But yeah, just going. You're talking about Santa and that time of year. In New York City, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
and I went to Madison Square Garden, got to watch a Knicks game, and but yeah, no, I can see how the contrast is just amazing. What from there and here, but there's people like that would never leave New York City at the same time, right?
Right.
Like they always
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Do you find like with those people they've never been to California, or most of those people, like in your experience, friends maybe that have visited California, they still say no, I would never leave New Jersey or New York?
I guess it's a case to case basis, but the majority of them, that's home.
Yeah.
That's what they have roots. That's especially if mom, parents' home is still there and the parents are there, then you tend to stay within your radius, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. And your husband was also he was in the Navy, and how long was he in for? What, 8 years? I think you said
He was almost 10 years. Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. And he was going to be a lifer, but he just life had other plans.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Now, do you have did you go to college, Claudia?
I did.
Where did you go?
Well, in Jersey, and
Okay.
then excuse me, here in California in Ventura County, I did. I was studying criminology.
That's right.
Yes, I wanted to be an investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you ever think like, obviously you're here now, you have your own business, and do you ever wonder what it would be like, if you were in law enforcement or in that life, in that particular career path? You ever have those thoughts of what it would have been like?
Well, I kind of got a little taste, sort of. I was for a few years, quite a few years, I was a bail bondsman. So I was,
Oh, wow.
I wasn't arresting them. I was getting them out of jail.
Jeez.
No, but I mean, that kind of gave me a little taste of what, the system in a way. And yeah,
Well, yeah, what was that like?
Surreal.
Bail bonds. So you were going to the jails and
yeah, and talking
bailing them
to
out.
the inmates and talking to the families and just filling out the paperwork and whatnot, going to the courthouse. So yeah.
Wow, from bail bondsman or bail bondswoman to CBD,
Yeah.
right?
But it's always, the common denominator has always been helping people. In Jersey, I was working in childcare. I was working for kinder care back in Jersey. And the only reason that I wasn't able to continue that is because California had a different set of rules. So I wasn't able to transfer my job over because there's kinder cares everywhere.
Damn it, California, right? Anyways,
But we love you, California.
right. We love you. The weather. That's how California sucks us in, right? The damn weather. You can't beat the weather.
Well, you know what I love is that you want snow, you can go. And there's a part of California you can go get snow. Do you want the beach? There's the beach. You want desert? You want forest? Boom. It's like all 4 seasons you can literally do.
Absolutely. I mean, you could literally go surf and ski in the same day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Where else can you do that?
Can't, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Claudia, do you ever think you'll venture into the THC side of things? You ever thought about that, or any plans for that?
You mean like the marijuana?
Yes.
You like how I said that? Marijuana.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh.
I'm only drinking tea, guys. Okay, I'm just letting you know. This is me naturally. Not really. I love helping people live their best life and the quality of life that comes with that. There's nothing wrong with THC. I mean, it's part of the cannabis plant.
I love THC.
Yeah. Do you? Okay.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
I love THC.
That's cool.
Anyways.
Yeah. But I
But-
mean, as far as like a company or products, because we're not a dispensary, we'll never really have anything above 0.3 of the THC, so to speak.
Is that the legal threshold or 0.3?
0.3?
Oh, 0.3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Anything higher than that and then it's classified as
Now it falls under
under
the a
different laws.
dispensary. Well, because it's right, because it could potentially be psychoactive.
Right.
So
God
there's
forbid.
different rules.
Just
But I
kidding.
mean, don't get me wrong. We have other products here like Delta 8 THC. That one is called Above because it's our full spectrum with Delta 8 THC, which is different than Delta 9. It's more of a gentle kind of body high than any kind of head fog or anything like that. So it's kind of, you get to take your experience a little step above.
But not completely.
Not, yeah.
Not over the threshold, right?
Yeah, there's a difference between taking a journey and then a trip.
Oh no, I'd rather take a trip.
Okay.
But I love journeys too. Hey, I love your products. Yeah, you gave me some stuff earlier, and yeah, I definitely felt the effects and very relaxing. I was, I definitely, could tell the difference. And I like I mentioned earlier, I want to start, getting more into CBD as opposed to the holistic side of things, as opposed to the Western medicine. When again, and nothing wrong with the Western medicine stuff, and but I want to get on the more organic side of things, right?
Right.
With CBD and stuff like that. So, what for you, Claudia? The bottom line, you mentioned you love to help people. What are some other things, or maybe the next best thing for you about what you do? What is that you love? About what you do, in addition to helping people.
In addition to helping people,
Because it sounds like that's the most important thing to you. That at the end of the day, you want to help others. What else is important to you? What else do you love about that? About what you do now?
I guess creating also an opportunity for the people that work here, where they could potentially go and open their own store as well. Just kind of being that step along the way, so to speak, to bring others, just to
Uplift them and
yeah,
mentor or
yeah, that potentially they can also go and open their own Your CBD store and be their own boss.
Yeah.
That would probably be another thing, but I just love meeting people. I love talking to people. I mean, it's just everywhere I go, you see me just like, hey, hi, have you tried a CBD? Yeah, we're like, hey, just like to hear people's stories, where they've been, where they're, where they are, where they're going. It's very intriguing to me. It's very interesting just to kind of see, who they are and what they're all about. So
everybody's got a story, right? And that's the beauty of what I do as a podcaster, Claudia, because every week, every conversation I have, I get to uncover things about people and learn and really take something from every single person that I interview or speak with. It's just because, like I said, everybody brings something to the table. Everybody has a talent. Everybody's special in their own right. And to be able to absorb information like that on a weekly basis, and I don't want to sound selfish, right? It's just an amazing experience, to be able to do that, and like you said, because you're a people person, right? Obviously, and I totally empathize with that, being able to be in the community and really enjoy what I do in that capacity, What so you mentioned your there's some big plans coming up, where you're going to be popping up this Saturday.
this Saturday, yes, with the
Where at?
A18 pop-up Marie. She's
Shout
so
out to Marie.
awesome. Yes, shout out to her. She is amazing. It's going to be in Van Nuys.
Okay.
All the information is on our Instagram, and it's going to be from 3 to 8. Yes, 3 to 8. My memory, I'm sorry. So many.
You got so much going on, right?
So much going on. But no, we're really excited about it. We're also going to be at the Granada Hill Street Fair on the 23rd. That one's from 10 to 5.
Very cool.
So like our next 2 Saturdays back to back. We're excited that we're going to be at a golf tournament in November. So we're always doing something. And just to add to the last segment about helping people, I think one of the things that I really hold very important is that it's about how you can impact someone, how you make them feel. People may not remember, what CBD is or or anything, but they will remember how you made them feel. And that to me is what it's really all about. I'm not always trying to hey, buy this. It's not about that. Because whether it happens today, tomorrow, or a month from now, you'll remember how I impacted you in a way. It doesn't have to be about CBD. Sometimes we could just be talking about something completely non-CBD. But then they'll just oh my gosh, they call me and they're like, so this happened and now I wanted to see if I can try something. Do you have anything for this? So, it's connections, networking, and sharpening the saw, as you say.
Yeah, right.
Tools.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's 100% true. I've seen that so many times. I've heard that so many times. It's not so much, what you said, but it's how you made someone feel. And that's so, so true. That is just to the nth degree, because I've met so many people in my life, and I think I'm a pretty good judge of character at this point in my life, having been in the military, college, in the workforce, et cetera, and being around people and working with people. And it's just one thing that I really look for in a person is what can I want to take something from each person, and I want to take that positivity. I want to take knowledge and how did that person, what's that person's character like? What's their heart? What's inside their heart? So no, that's a great point, Claudia. That's a really, really great point. And before we wrap things up, Claudia, go ahead and tell us where your location. Give us the address, and then plug the rest of your stuff. You mentioned it earlier, your website and everything.
Sure.
Where can everybody find you? Go ahead and tell them again.
Yeah. Okay. So our address here is 19524 Nordhoff Street, Unit 4A. We are between Corbin and Shirley. We are in the shopping center where Guitar Center is, right next to the Toyota dealership, towards the back. If you haven't heard, there's going to be a Porto's opening right across the street, where the Sears.
On that side of
right across,
Nordhoff?
literally, right here across the street. So I'm so excited about it because I love their potato balls. I can't wait. I'm just going to be always in line over there.
Yeah, right? I love Portos.
So we're really excited
cool.
about that. So it's a way for me to have people remember, she's by Portos.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, and we're open all 7 days. We're here Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on the weekends from 10 to 5. Like I said, we offer free shipping nationwide and free same-day delivery within the San Fernando Valley. And our Instagram is at CBD Store Northridge. The Facebook is Your CBD Store Northridge CA. And our website is northridgeca.cbdrxforyou.com. And that is CBDRX, the number 4, and the letter U.com.
Boom.
And our phone number, 818-477-2110. So, yeah, we're here for you. Just give us a call.
Wow, Claudia. Yeah.
Some free samples.
Free samples. There you
Free
go.
samples all the time.
Yeah. No, Claudia, I want to thank you once again for coming on, for taking the time, for allowing me to come into your business here. And it's amazing. I love the vibe when you walk in. It's a very inviting, warm, and fuzzy, really, really cool vibe. Yeah. No, it's seriously, it's very comforting. And, it smells good and it's really, really cool. So I wish you, again, the most success. And I'm going to continue to follow your career and your path and wish you and your family the greatest of luck. Any shout outs you want to give out real quick before we go?
Well, I want to give a shout out to my hubby and my son, to my friend Lauren. I mean, and Rachel and just everyone that in a way has helped or touched me along the way, that has mentored me along the way, like DeMarco and Ronnie and all of my other friends. I mean, I'm just throwing names here to the wind, but you know who you are. Love you guys all. And also the people in the community, like Dan Rochelle from the Meet the A18, Marie, of course, with the A18 pop-up. You, sir, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I also want to thank, oh my gosh.
So many.
Mine just went, yeah. I mean, the A18 Insider, Nestor. I mean, just so many people that,
doubt.
One way or another, or Abby from Cafe Aficionado. I
Yes.
mean, these people are literally, all they do is they try to help other businesses and creating different events. And I'm just very fortunate and very blessed to be able to be a part of it when possible. So thank you so much for coming out today. I know that, like you said, we planned this like a long time ago, and I'm just really excited that it finally is here and it finally happened. Thank you for your time also. And I really had a good time. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Nothing was planned or
Scripted,
right? No, we just said, let's do it organically. Yes. And that's what we did.
and that was very fitting, being inside your CBD business.
Organic, non-GMO, third-party lab tested.
Right.
USDA certified organic.
Right. Oh, no. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Claudia. Ladies and gentlemen, go follow Claudia. Come, if you're in the area, come check out CBD Northridge here on Nordhoff in the city of Northridge. You will not be disappointed. There's lots of great stuff to choose from. Great selection, great products, great leadership here, ownership. And once again, I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have Claudia Chaverra, owner-operator of CBD Northridge. Again, come check her out. Follow her on Instagram. Connect with her. And, she will take care of you. So for myself, Double A, it's always a pleasure being here, hosting this podcast, Profile Pod TV. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Click on that purple button there at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you will have subscribed to an awesome podcast. So give me a rate and review on Instagram, Apple Podcasts. Follow me on Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter. It's all Profile Pod TV. And once again, I appreciate all the support. Don't forget Social Nostra and on Roku, on IGTV, all that good stuff. So we are out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're making things happen. We're expanding. I'm trying to grow my business just like Claudia, and we are making it happen. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Profile Pod TV. For Claudia, I'm Double A, always reminding you to take it easy. Thanks again, Claudia.